So this is the conclusion to my epic Resistance 2 trilogy. It's like Return of the Jedi, Return of the King, J Loco, and The Last Crusade, all wrapped into one fucking video. And no, The Matrix Revolutions doesn't count because that movie sucked more ass than Richard Simmons at a NAMBLA convention. Anyways, I showed you what the medic looks like and gave you some background on the Resistance series in that video. I showed you what Spec Ops looks like and how you can play like a team player, or how you can be a total fucking asshole that doesn't give a fuck about anybody in the game. Now you get to see the big motherfucker in action, and for this round, I'm rolling with Haytred and Krusty, and we're going to get the last alternative ending for Axbridge. The Soldier class is basically the tank of the group, and right off the bat, you can see the amount of health I have compared to the other classes. Your main job is to be the frontline fighter the entire time. Keep your shield up, spam the Gatling gun, and make sure you stay in spots that provide enough protection and cover for your teammates so that they don't get killed. Ideally, soldiers should stand perfectly fucking still so that people behind you will trust you enough that you won't get them killed. Unfortunately, you are at the complete mercy of your other teammates. You are almost completely dependent on a Spec Ops player to give you ammo and a medic to keep your health up, since you're going to be the one in the line of fire most of the game. Chimera will drop ammo packs every now and then, but that usually means you need to run out and get that shit, risking damage to yourself and anybody behind you. However, playing with the guys I do, we usually run our two-man buddy system. Haytred and I have played this game so long together and know this game so damn well that we could pretty much run through any map, any given time, and absolutely tear this motherfucker up on our own. Normally, I'm the soldier and he'd be my own personal Spec Ops, so we got that roll going this round. And Krusty knows that better than anybody else, and that's why he is hauling ass to get to this first room so he could get some kills. Him being the medic, he's not going to kill much. And he knows that once I bust out this rocket launcher, it's pretty much game over. So he gets like 5 kills right there, and when I fire my rocket launcher into that room, I get the remaining 50 or 60 kills, whatever the fuck. Krusty needs some kills because he's a low-ass level medic right now, so me allowing him to get a couple kills, I don't give a shit. You're going to see at the end of this game, I still whoop some major ass. Now, I'm not one to brag. You guys have all seen my Call of Duty videos by now, and I'm certainly not the best player at that fucking game. I'm an above-average player at best, and I have my moments of greatness, and I certainly have my moments of stupidity. But when it comes to Resistance, I have no problem saying that I'm one of the best, if not the best co-op player in this fucking game. Now granted, that and $1.50 will get me a cup of coffee in New York City, but when it comes to Resistance 2, there's just nobody in the world that can top me. I mean, stats alone, I had the rest of the world beat. Even when I got into rooms with other top players, they couldn't beat me in kills. Oh, they certainly tried. As soon as somebody saw my name in a room, try-hard mode came out like a motherfucker, and every single person wanted to beat me in kills. When I left this game back in 2009, I left off, I was number 10 in the world in kills. And that was after a 3-month break just to play Killzone and Resident Evil 5. I'm also the only legit person to have a 1,000 kill death ratio. And when I mean legit, I mean someone who ranked up all their classes and actually plays in each mission. I mentioned in the Spec Ops video how assholes would stay on the other side of the map hiding like pussies just because they want to inflate their KDR. Meanwhile, when I play on maps, I'm the first motherfucker out into these firefights. You notice that shit, man. I don't hide. I immediately go right to where the Chimera are and I bust their shit up. And I do it all without dying. Nobody in this game has a legit KDR for 300, let alone 1,000. So my stats alone speak for themselves. However, co-op has nothing to do with skill. Whether or not you know how to play shooters is fucking useless. What separated me from everyone else is memory. That's it. In this game, nothing changes. Seriously, the Chimera will spawn in the same locations at certain times, and it's all about memorizing when and where they'll come from. You can be awful at shooters, but if you can memorize where the enemies spawn in this game, that easily leads to a ton more kills. I mean, the guys that I play with can tell you how much I'm memorizing this fucking game, because it's absolutely insane. The guys I also play with are great in this game, I gotta admit. I give all the credit in the world to the guys that I play with because they're part of the reason that I had so much success in this game, especially as a soldier. Since I'm completely dependent on teammates and having people give me ammo and help, they were the top players to do that. I mean, they knew this game just as well as I did. And they're probably the only people that could beat me in kills in this goddamn game. I rarely take the soldier class without having a teammate that I trust with me. There are far too many assholes in this game that have no clue how to be Spec Ops or Medic, so I just can't be bothered, and I'm completely dependent on them to stay alive. Now this part is funny. Haytred runs right towards the Titan, and while I was running to the side, I knew that shit was going to happen. I never run by that Titan, so he ended up running right next to that motherfucker, and he took a stupid death. Now Haytred also has this crazy ability to throw constant grenade packs. I don't know how the fuck he does it, but it doesn't happen for me. I always throw ammo boxes. He always throws grenades. And unfortunately, at this part right here, it would have been great to have a fucking rocket launcher to blow these motherfuckers up. But I didn't have one. For whatever reason, he was slacking on the grenade, so I ain't gonna hate on him. Now, I know people are gonna complain about that fucking rocket launcher. I know when I was on the Resistance 2 forum, that's all they ever bitched about, saying how it's cheap and all this other part. Man, kiss my fucking ass. Listen, the soldier class is the most boring of the 3 classes outside of the medic. At least with the medic, you have to pay attention to your teammates and you have to make sure that they're all alive. The soldier, stand perfectly fucking still with a shield up. So when you actually get the rocket launcher, that's like your reward for suffering with this class for 30 fucking levels. So when I get my rocket launcher, fuck it, I'm using it. Now Haytred here provides me with another rocket and we're about to launch the shit out of these motherfuckers. I haven't mentioned what berserk to use for the soldier class yet, but you're about to see it in action. After that ridiculous rocket that just cleared out the whole back of the room, I immediately activate the Backlash perk, and it is by far and away the best attack in the game. Backlash reflects all the bullet damage off the shield back to the Chimera. Seriously, I can just stand here and let the Chimera shoot me constantly, and they'll kill themselves. It is that fucking strong. Now, one of the best spots in the game for the rocket launcher is this platform right here. When the Chimera spawn in that corner, I just have to wait for the Ravager to pull his shield down, and I can fire as many rockets in there as I want, and pretty much wipe out the entire spawn. The second shot didn't kill anything here, so I have a feeling one of these fucking nooblets landed a perfectly timed grenade and stole all my damn kills. So whoever landed that grenade, happy birthday, motherfucker. If you watched my Spec Ops video, remember this part? I went invisible and basically ran all up into that spawn point and stole everyone's kills. Now, if someone were to try that bullshit on me, that platform I was just on with the rocket will get all the kills before they even get in there. They can try that trick as many times as they want, but my rocket launcher will always win that battle. This part coming up is another perfect example of how much I know about this game and why memory is so damn important. I know where every checkpoint is and what will trigger the next wave of Chimera, so I'm standing in the furthest spot possible without triggering the checkpoint. But that asshole who just walked in front of me didn't know that. He ends up hitting the checkpoint, which is something I was trying to avoid, and it's going to trigger the next wave of Chimera. Now, it's not a big deal. This door lowers and the Chimera start coming down this platform, but however, had he not triggered that checkpoint, I would have been able to fire one rocket up there and clear out all the Chimera in one shot. So, it's not a big deal, and you're going to notice that I get a ton more kills than anybody else on this part, but it would have been nice where I would have been able to get one fucking rocket launch up there and just get rid of all these goddamn Chimera. Now, right here, I could go turn off that turret, but I'm waiting for another rocket. I'm trying to hope Haytred will give me the hookup with another grenade to get another rocket, but I don't get it. So I end up having to come up here, but this right here is the perfect spot for a grenade. I mean, all the way at the end of this platform is a good 15 to 20 Chimera, and the grenades, by the time they get down there, won't stand a chance against the rocket launcher. So I end up getting all the kills anyway, but it would have been a whole lot better had I got an actual rocket and would have been able to fire that shit down the platform and whatnot. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is the whole kills versus teamwork argument. I posted for months on the Resistance 2 forums, and there are a number of brain-dead assholes over there. To them, it's all about teamwork and making sure everyone shares in the kills and finishes with the same amount of kills and whatnot. And you know what? In theory, that's fine. If you're a high-level player, you shouldn't hog all the kills, blah, 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 blah. I'll be honest. I really tried to see their point of view. I really did. The problem is, I can't shove my head that far up my ass to see that bullshit. Honestly, the whole point of this game is to complete missions, not to share kills like this is some kind of anal gangbang or something. I busted my ass to max out all my classes. Nobody sat there and let me get kills. Nobody held my hand and showed me the ropes of this game. I had to learn all that shit the hard way. This game is a first-person shooter, not a first-person shielder, not a first-person healer or ammo thrower. The idea is to kill the Chimera, and as novel an idea as it is to let new players get all the kills, it makes all the leveling up I did fucking pointless. Nobody helped me level up. I learned the shit on my own. Nobody took a backseat to let me get kills. I earned all of my kills, and since I busted my ass to get upgrades and equipment, I plan on using them. There are a number of instances too where the high-level player needs to take over a mission just to make sure that you survive this motherfucker. Although I don't have any footage of other maps, there are plenty of missions where I save an entire team of noobs just by stealing all the kills. There are plenty of times my rocket launcher saved a whole bunch of noobs that are running into their certain death. That's part of teamwork too, right? Unless those fucks over at the R2 forum consider that letting jackasses die all game long is part of teamwork. So I take my kills when I can get them. If the dickheads over at the Resistance 2 forums don't like it, they can shove it up their ass with no grease, man. Fuck that. When you play this game as long as I have, standing there isn't fucking entertaining. The missions are simple enough to beat, but it comes more of a personal challenge to yourself. How many kills can I get? How can I do a mission quicker? Can I do it faster? Can I stand in a better spot to get an advantage? Turning co-op into sort of a mini competitive mode is one of the few ways of keeping this game fun and challenging. Otherwise, just mindlessly killing enemies is boring as fuck. For that, I can go play the campaign and get all the kills that I fucking want. So, now that I finished fucking ranting, I'll get back into the action about this shit. This room right here is by far and away the best room for kills. I fuck it up though. I completely fuck up that goddamn rocket launch. Had I shot it into the middle of those motherfuckers, I would have cleared this game out. And Haytred was actually making fun of me. He's like, yeah, you missed that shit, motherfucker. But realistically, had I nailed those fucking guys, I would have easily cleared out the room. I think I got most of them in any event, but whatever the fuck. Now you're gonna get to see the final alternate ending mission for Axbridge. Normally there would just be a spawn of Chimera outside this big fucking door, but this mission has a little surprise for us. These guys obviously have no clue what's coming, and they're gonna shit themselves when they realize what's about to happen. There's a dropship coming with a shitload of Chimera, but it's also gonna fire 3 missiles at us that are instant one-hit kills, like that shot right there. Now, some of these guys had their shields up and deflected some of the blast, and the medic is just leeching points off of them right now. But that dude outside there got fucked up. So Haytred has his mines laid out, and that'll take care of part of that spawn. My rocket launcher takes care of the rest, and I immediately go into backlash. But this part right here is like a seizure waiting to happen. On top of the 4 big motherfucking Titans, there's some Ravagers there with some ray guns, and this is basically a blinding light. Seriously, that's it. A bright fucking light that's sole purpose is to give you a goddamn headache. Meanwhile, the Titans are blasting huge fucking fireballs my way, and it's damn near impossible to see shit. So I'm spraying right now like a blind man having an orgasm in an orgy hoping to hit someone. I see those fuckers and I see my crosshairs are red, so it's just a matter of wearing these fucks out and finally completing this fucking mission. So the game is pretty much over at this point. My final score is going to end up being, I think, 294-0. And you know what? It would have been a lot lower had Haytred actually gone for some kills. But that's pretty much the standard score for me on this map. Anyways, Black Ops, Gran Turismo coming, so no more Resistance 2 videos after the Medic exploit video that I'll post. You know the drill by now. If you like my Resistance series, go ahead, rate, comment, subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you guys on Black Ops.
How did I get trophies?